And here we are live for the final game of a 5-game series between University of Michigan and the Ability 360 Heat. Tip-off is 1 in favor of Ability 360. He'll be inbounding the ball on the close sideline. Final game of this 5-game series here on Sunday, March 23rd, 2025, between the University of Michigan and 360 Ability Heat. Starting off for the Michigan Wolverines here in this final matchup is number 5, Chuck Aoki, number 15, Brian Elliott, number 9, Adam Kavanaugh, and number 33, Fermi Okunlami. Dr. O blocks a pass, interrupts the attack by Ability 360. Chuck Aoki scoops up the open ball and proceeds down the court to draw first blood of this match. 1-0 in favor of University of Michigan, taking an early strike here, leading 1-0 thanks to Dr. O's ability to break up the play on the defensive side of the ball and Chuck's ability to capitalize on that turnover by Ability 360. Michigan playing solid defense here between Adam and Okunlami. Okunlami and Adam Kavanaugh disrupting the Ability 360 offense. Chuck with a heavy hit. Pass is collected just in the narrowest margins before the baseline. Ability 360 scores to tie up the game 1-1. Possession in favor of Michigan. Adam Kavanaugh inbounds to Okunlami. Okunlami looking for some room. Okunlami moves up the sideline, has Chuck and Adam to work with. Okunlami stalling out here, looking for a pass. 8-second no dribble violation. That's going to result in a turnover and will be Ability 360 ball here. 6:28 remaining in the first. Score is 1-1. Even match so far between Michigan and Ability 360. Turnover goes in favor of Ability 360 on the offensive side of the court. Number 3 from the Heat crashes into Brian. Brian is able to maintain his ground. It makes a crucial stop here to extend the offensive possession by Ability 360. They'll regroup and they will try to re-attack. On defense for Michigan here, Chuck Aoki, Adam Kavanaugh, Brian Elliott defending the near pile. Brian Elliott with another crucial stop. Back-to-back stops by Brian Elliott. Absolutely huge in maintaining that wall of a defense. Okunlami once again able to pick off the pass and find an open Chuck Aoki down court. Chuck Aoki will roll in for the score to give Michigan a lead of 1. 2-1 right now between Michigan and Ability 360. Okunlami getting handsy again there, looking to force another turnover. Chuck does it. Chuck is able to maintain control of the ball. That's going to give Michigan a 2-point lead here in the first quarter, 5:30 remaining. Chuck Aoki rolls in for the easy score after another interrupted play caused by a very aggressive Michigan defense to start off the first. Ability 360 able to find an opening this time and make their way down the court. That'll make it a score of 3-2. 5:22 remaining in the first. Adam Kavanaugh to inbound Chuck Aoki. Adam will then proceed to clear a path for Chuck, who weaves up court. Chuck Aoki finds an open Okunlami. Okunlami regrouping as he waits for his teammates. Chuck Aoki is going to open up the floor for him. Okunlami connects with him on a pass. Aoki in to score. 4-2. Ability 360 making their way up the court. Michigan unable to establish shared contact here. Chuck with the swipe just misses the interruption on that pass. Ability 360 in the score makes it 4-3. Adam Kavanaugh inbounds to Chuck Aoki. Chuck Aoki will have a lot of room to advance the ball. We'll work on some clock management here. Okunlami with him in the front court. 4:37 remaining in the first. Aoki in the score makes it 5-3. Ball is inbounded. Adam Kavanaugh there to play defense. .360 ball is advanced over the half court. Okunlami in to make the hit. .360 looking to make the pass. Oh, a backwards reception by number 2 and is able to roll in for the score. That's a good try by ability 360. Makes it a 5-4 game, 4:16 remaining in the first. Chuck Aoki buried deep within his own end, but is able to roll out thanks to Brian Elliott's screen. Brian Elliott setting up that opening for Chuck. Number 3 almost swiping it away from Aoki. Aoki has a clear lane to coast in for the score. Working on some clock management there to burn a little bit more of the clock. 6-4 in favor of Michigan. 4:01 remaining in the first. Michigan getting ready to make some substitutions. Will not be able to do so until a stoppage in play. Okunlami and Aoki in the front court try to put a bit of pressure. Ability 360 able to pass it out. Adam Kavanaugh with a key stop there in mid-court, able to slow down the attack of the Heat. Okunlami throws his weight around. Adam Kavanaugh in to make a steal. They're able to get the pass off. Ability 360 able to convert despite the heavy pressure applied by Kavanaugh and Okunlami in the mid-court there, almost resulting in a turnover in favor of Michigan. Aoki moving up the sideline, makes a long stretch pass to Okunlami. Aoki to Okunlami. Okunlami will go in for the score to make it 7-5 with 3:20 remaining in the first. Chuck with a heavy hit, tries to force a turnover, ball does not come loose. Okunlami again, there to apply pressure. Aoki with a hit. The Okunlami-Aoki combination here causing a lot of problems for ability 360 and their ability to move it up the court. Aoki and Okunlami trading hits back and forth against the ability 360 Heat, causing them a lot of difficulty to move the ball. Again, under heavy pressure, Michigan not giving much room for ability 360 to even breathe. They're able to convert on the last minute pass, but not without expending a lot of effort to make that happen. Okunlami now advancing the ball up the clear sideline of the court. Under heavy pressure, makes a pass to Aoki. Aoki fumbles it. That will be possession in favor of ability 360 at a critical point in the first quarter here with 2:30 to play. Michigan leading 7-6. Ball now in possession of ability 360. They may have the ability to tie it. It'll be up to the Michigan defense to make a stop here. Lineup change for Michigan. Brian Elliott to stay out there for Michigan. Coming in is Dave Mengen, number 11, Jason Sandor, number 25, and Paul Sullivan, number 7. Michigan defense proving valiant there, able to interrupt the inbounds pass. That's going to result in a turnover by ability 360. The ball will go back to Michigan. They're able to evade the offensive score by ability to 360. That will maintain their 1-point differential and lead here in the first. Dave Mengen looking for some room. Not enough space to get out of the phone booth there. Michigan does commit a violation of leaving the court on the near sideline. That'll be a turnover that results in favor of ability 360. The Heat now looking to inbound. Michigan again applying a lot of pressure. game, 7-7, 2:13 to play. Sullivan inbounds to Jason Sandor, number 25, moving up with the ball. Finds some open room. Forward pass to Dave. Dave has to catch up to it. He does. Dave is able to get there just in time to get possession of the ball. That's a good score by Michigan. Makes their lead, regains their lead by 1, making it 8-7. Ability 360 inbounds. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter of action between Michigan and Ability 360. Ability 360 coast down the court, ties up the game again, 8-8, 1:45 to play in the first. Sullivan to Sandor on the inbound. Jason now burning up the sideline of the court. He's going to find, looking for teammates to help him out here. Under a lot of pressure, heavy hitting, makes an over-the-shoulder pass to Mengen. Mengen there to scoop it up. Brian Elliott clears a path for him, and Mengen is rolling in to find an opportunity to score. He does. Brings it back to a score differential of 1 as Michigan regains the lead 9-8. Remaining here in the first. Big hit by Jason is not enough to disrupt the forward pass. One minute remaining in play, 15 seconds remaining on the possession clock. Michigan applying heavy pressure here is looking to make a goal line stance. Ability 360 able to muscle their way through, courtesy of number 14, in for the try. That makes it a 9-9 match. Tip pass by Ability 360 that'll maintain Michigan possession. Jason Sandor will inbound from the baseline corner. That goes into Dave Mengen. Dave Mengen violation committed by Jason, leaving the court. Player advantage. That will give the ball back to Ability 360 here with 45.5 seconds remaining. Score is 9-9. They have the ability to take the lead for the first time in this match. They're going to regroup to burn a little bit of the clock, exercising some of their clock management. Dave Mengen playing high on defense, defending the goal line. You have Brian Elliott on the far cone, Jason Sandor in the middle, Paul Sullivan on the near cone. 20 seconds remaining on the game clock, 13 remaining on the play clock. 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. Michigan trying to make a stop. Ability 360 finds an opening on the far side, gets in for a score. 6.5 seconds remaining here in the first. Michigan ball. Inbound to Jason. Jason rolling with the ball. Inadvertent buzzer. There should be 6.5 seconds on the clock. There's 6.5 on the clock. Michigan ball. Inbound pass to Jason. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Unable to convert. End of the first quarter of action. It is 10-9 in favor of the Ability 360 Heat. It'll be a Michigan ball to start at the beginning of the second quarter, so they're going to have the opportunity to tie the match back up. We have a quick, brief pause in action here as we have an intermission between quarter 1 and quarter 2. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're here live, Phoenix, Arizona, at Ability 360. Game 5 of 5 in this series between Michigan and Ability 360. We've had some heated competition on court all weekend. And we're now in the process of 25% of the way through of Game 5 here. Ability 360 taking a late lead in the the first quarter, but lots of rugby ahead. 10-9 is the score. Michigan ball to start second quarter action here. They're currently down by a score of 10-9. A try here will tie the game back up. Sullivan inbounds to Mengen here to start off the second quarter. On the floor for University of Michigan, we have number 11, Dave Mengen, number 7, Paul Sullivan, number 15, Brian Elliott, and number 25, Jason Sandor. Turnover committed by Michigan, ability 360 ball. Sullivan finds Mengen eventually for the inbounds pass. Mengen is going to launch it down court. Jason, will he get there? Jason, will he get there? Jason not able to get there to get the ball cleanly, but does force an error on behalf of Ability 360. With that turnover, or with that out-of-bounds play, Michigan will maintain possession of the ball. 11-9 is the score. 7:16 to play in the second. Jason regrouping up high. Mengen and Sullivan on the near side. Jason connects with Sullivan for the try. 11-10. In for the score. That'll make it 12-10. Sullivan at the baseline to inbound for Michigan. Sullivan to Sandor for the inbound. Sandor to Sullivan. Sullivan looking for an opening, can't find it. They call a timeout. Quick timeout here, second quarter of action. 6:31 to play in the second quarter. Score is 12-10 in favor of Ability 360 Heat. It is still Michigan ball following the timeout. Thank you for tuning in. 360 ball here on the inbound. 6:05 remaining in the second. Jason back to play defense. Is able to get possession and make the stop. Can he hold him out for long enough to get some help from his teammates? Great effort by Jason to make that stop on defense. Not able to hold. That results in a 360 score, making it 13-10, 5:50 remaining in the second. Jason receives the inbound and passes it over to Sullivan. Sullivan to Mengen at the half court. Mengen protecting the ball from pressure. 12-second backcourt violation committed by Michigan with their inability to advance over half. That will result in a turnover in favor of the Heat. Heat will regain possession at half court. Heat get in for the score, making it 14-10, extending their lead to 4 following the turnover by Michigan. Sullivan to inbound from the baseline. He'll pass it to Jason. Jason Sandor, 25, over to Sullivan, 7. Sullivan finds an opening on the far side of the court thanks to Brian Elliott and makes a beautiful pass to Mengen under the heavy contact. Mengen will roll in for the score, making it 14-11. Remaining in the second, 14-11 for the Heat. Timeout called by the 360 Heat, thanks to the defense by University of Michigan. We're going to see a lineup change here from Michigan following the timeout.
Yeah, I got you. For me.
Lineup change for Michigan here, almost halfway through the second. Taking the court now for the maize and blue is number 33, Fermi Okunlami, number 5, Chuck Aoki, number 13, Paul Garrett, and number 15, remaining on the court, Brian Elliott. Okunlami, Aoki, Garrett, and Elliott looking to erase this score differential here, currently down 14-11, 5:06 remaining in the second. Long pass is converted. Ability 360 in for the score, makes it 15-11. PG 13 on the baseline to inbound. Paul Garrett looking for someone to pass to, finds Aoki in the heavy traffic. Aoki back to PG. PG will have to move. PG will have to move. He gets it over half, now protecting the ball. Back to Chuck Aoki. Chuck is going to roll in for the score. 15-12 is the score. 4:35 remaining in the second. Penalty committed by 33, Okunlami from Michigan. That will give ability 360 a player advantage for this possession. Score is 15-12, 4:07 remaining in the second. Okunlami in the penalty box. Aoki there to apply some pressure. They don't take the bait. Able to score. That means Okunlami is back on the floor for Michigan, back to even strength. Paul Garrett to inbound, PG-13 to Okunlami. Okunlami patiently waiting for some room. And here he bursts up the floor. Maintains control under heavy contact and makes a hook pass over to Aoki. Aoki into the score. Heavy pressure from Aoki and Paul Garrett. Heavy pressure from Aoki and Paul Garrett interrupts a pass. Ultimately goes out of bounds. That'll result in a turnover in favor of Michigan. Correction made by the officials. It did go off of Chuck before going out of bounds, so that'll be Heat ball. They convert on the try, 17-13. For the Heat. Inbound goes to Chuck Aoki. Chuck Aoki moving up the floor. Rocked by number 3 from ability 36. They're making their way up the court. Okunlami in to score for Michigan, makes it 18-15. Pass by ability 360. Okunlami further disrupts the play. That'll be a turnover by 360, Michigan ball. 2:38 to play, 18-15. Aoki, Okunlami, and Paul Garrett in the offensive side of the court. That'll be a try for Michigan, 18-16 now. 2:26, Michigan down by 2. A couple turnovers brings them right back into the game. Aoki applying pressure. Knocks the ball loose. That'll be Michigan ball. That's a turnover that they needed. Aoki able to deliver it. Michigan ball, 2:16 to play. Garrett to inbound to Okunlami. Okunlami will use a screen of Brian Elliott. Aoki back to Chuck. Chuck is able to get control. 1-point match. Michigan has reeled them back in. And we're back to a close match. 1-point differential, 18-17 for the Heat. 2 minutes to play here in the second. Heat respond with a quick score themselves. Now less than 2 minutes to play, 19-17. Paul Garrett to inbound, finds Aoki. Aoki looking for some room. Good solo effort there to create space for himself. Finds Okunlami all the way at the other end of the court. Okunlami into score, makes it 19-18. 360 in to score, makes it 20-18. Paul Garrett to inbound, finds Ogunlami. Ogunlami advancing up the court, avoiding the swipes from number 3 on 360. Ogunlami looking for some room, can't find any. He and Chuck are squeezed. Ogunlami is forced over. Before Ogunlami was forced over the center court line, which would have been an over and back violation, calls a very quick timeout to avoid the turnover. Ball will stay in Michigan possession, but that burns a timeout. Paul Garrett inbounds to Ogunlami. Ogunlami finds Chuck with a quick sidearm pass. Chuck in to score, makes it 2019. 1 minute to play exactly here in the second quarter. .49 seconds after the score by 360, 21-19. Ogunlami looking for some room. Error on the dribble results in the ball going out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover. Ability 360 will regain possession of the ball, up by 2, 38.6 seconds left in the second. Seconds remaining on the game clock. Heavy defense and pressure. Chuck Aoki able to force the turnover, regains possession. 2.5 left on the clock. Chuck capitalizes on a turnover by ability 360. That makes it a 1-point game, 21-20. Clock will run out, and that will conclude first half action. Solid first half by both teams. We've seen the leads go back and forth either way. Lots of possessions and turnovers that have been critical in this game so far. Momentum shift back and forth. The final result in the first half of the match here, 21-20 in favor of Ability 360 Heat. We have a 4-minute intermission here before we begin the second half. Thank you all for tuning in. Go Blue. Here we are, second half of action. Phoenix, Arizona at Ability 360 between the Ability 360 Heat and the University of Michigan. Ability 360 is going to strike first here in the third quarter of action to extend their lead by 2 to make it 22-20. On the floor, starting for the second half of the University of Michigan, number 7, Paul Sullivan, currently with the ball, passing it to number 11, Dave Mengen, who connects with number 25, Jason Sandor, in for the score. Also on the court for Michigan is Brian Elliott, number 15. That try by Jason Sandor, assisted by Mengen, will make it 22-21. 1 point difference here in Game 5 of this 5-game series between Michigan and Ability 360. Long forward pass, can they get a hold of it? They do. Makes it 23-21 in favor of Ability 360. Dave Mengen now with the ball, looking to advance. Sandor finds an open Sullivan. Sullivan over the line for a score. Makes it 23-22, down by 1. Dave Mengen with the interception off the inbounds play. Mengen will roll in for the score. No, not quite. It is disrupted. Brian Elliott's got to pick it up. Brian Elliott with the absolute clutch scoop there after the near turnover after Dave's interception. What a back and forth series of events. Brian Elliott coming in clutch and saving that possession for Michigan. Brian Elliott, there's the last line of defense. It's able to scoop up the loose ball. We get it back, and Michigan's able to convert on the score, making it 23-23 with that turnover. We're a tie game yet again here between Ability 360 and Michigan in this close final game of this weekend battle between the two programs. Ability 360 regains the lead here, making it 24-23, 6:27 remaining in the third. Dave Mengen now with the ball breaking out. Sandor is going to open up the court for him. Mengen continues to find a path. Finds an open Sandor. Sandor up against some trouble. Timeout called by Michigan just in time before the backcourt violation. Michigan will have to burn a timeout, but it avoids a turnover in this situation. 6:15 remaining here in the third quarter of action. Michigan down by 1 after a very important interception made by number 11, Dave Mengen. Dave coming up with the ball resulted in Michigan being able to tie the game a couple possessions prior. We're here live in Phoenix, Arizona at Ability 360. Thanks for tuning in. Sullivan to inbound following the timeout. Finds Sandor. Sandor, number 25, under heavy pressure in the backcourt, needs to get the ball over. Can't find anyone. Last minute pass. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan does a great job of finding an opening to receive that. Sullivan now dribbling, moving around, looking for his teammates. Finds Sandor. But Ability 360 maintains a strong defensive position. Sullivan gets over with a buzzer beater try. Last second possible. Ability 360 making Michigan absolutely work for every inch gained in that possession. 24-24, tie game. Jason is able to interrupt the breakout, but only momentarily as Ability 360 proceeds up the court. They're going to go in for a try with 5:30 remaining in the third quarter. That brings a score to 25-24 in favor of the Heat. Sullivan to Mengen on the inbounds play. Mengen's going to have to work. He's going to look to use Brian to get out of this trouble. Mengen now with Sullivan. 8-second violation, no dribble. For those unaware tuning in for rugby, player must dribble with the ball every 8 seconds, otherwise it's a violation that results in a turnover. That was just committed by Dave, unfortunately. It's going to result in a turnover in favor of Ability 360. That will now take a 2-point lead, making it 26-24, 5:19 to go in the third. Michigan getting ready for substitutions here to maybe perhaps make a shift in the momentum. That cannot happen until a stoppage in play. Sullivan looking to inbound, passes it to Brian. Brian unable to gain control of the ball. It's going to be back-to-back turnovers here by Michigan. That'll result in a score in favor of Ability 360. The Heat now with a 3-point lead, 27-24. Some chaos on the court. A little bit of confusion out there on the court as Jason was caught in another player's chair. Situation resolved. Jason is now liberated. Sullivan with the pass to Jason. Sandor now with the ball. Brian trying to clear a path for him is unable to do so, but Jason is able to connect with Mengen. Mengen now circling, looking for some room. 16 seconds remaining on the possession clock. 15 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. Dave, with the awkward pass to his back wheel, was able to pick it up on the move in for the score. Makes it 27-25, 4:37 remaining in the third. An error made by Ability 360 on the inbound, a pass to no one. Michigan not able to capitalize on the mistake, however. Ability 360 able to get possession of the ball and call a timeout just before going out of bounds. Score remains 27-25, possession in favor of Ability 360, 4:36 remaining in the third. Lineup change coming into effect. We have number 9, Adam Kavanaugh, number 7, Paul Sullivan, number 13, Paul Garrett, and number 5, Chuck Aoki out on the floor for the Wolverines. Paul Garrett, number 13, causing a lot of chaos. Partnered with Adam Kavanaugh. Adam Kavanaugh now putting on pressure. Chuck Aoki, now his responsibility to play some defense, is able to make a goal line stop. Swipe, another swipe, unable to knock the ball free. Aggressive and valiant effort by the Michigan Wolverines there. Combined efforts from Paul Garrett, Adam Kavanaugh, and Chuck Aoki, but unable to disrupt the Heat's progression. Sullivan has the ball, looking to move up court with the help of Kavanaugh and Garrett. Garrett ultimately clearing a path for Sullivan, who's in for the score. Makes it 28-26 here, 3:46 to play. Correction, 28-25, 3:46 to play in the third. Ball is inbounded. Heat advancing the ball up the floor. Michigan doing a good job of containing, but the Heat are able to break free. No try leaving the court. Crucial defensive stop by Michigan. Player leaving the court is a violation that results in automatic turnover. In this situation, Ability 360 is guilty of such crime. That's going to result in Michigan ball. 28-26, 3:30 remaining in the third. Chuck Aoki with the ball. looking to power his way through. He does. And he's got a lot of teammates to help him the rest of the way through. 28-27 is now the score. Michigan down by 1, 3:18 to play in the third. Long pass by Ability 360, unable to gain possession of the court. A terrible mistake by Ability 360. That's going to result in Michigan ball. 3:07 to play in the third. Michigan ball. Chuck makes a pass to Sullivan. It's a bit short of where Sullivan was headed to. Ability 360 able to interrupt the play and regain possession, correcting their prior mistake. Ability 360 will be able to get in to score, makes it 29-27. 2:47 to play in the third. Chuck Aoki looking to battle off some of the defenders from the heat being thrown his way. He gets free and Paul Garrett's able to keep a lane clear for him all the way down the court. Makes it 29-28, 2:32 remaining in the third. Pass made by 35 from Ability 360. They're able to connect and score. Makes it 30-28. 2:05 remaining in the third. Paul Garrett on the inbound. Garrett to Aoki. Aoki is going to have a lot of room to work with, and he's going to casually push down the hardwood, go in for a good try. Makes that 30-29. 1:55 to play. Heavy pressure applied by Sullivan on the inbounds play. Kavanaugh makes a stop too to help him out. Sullivan there to play defense. Three-on-three action here down low at Michigan's defensive end. Sullivan, Aoki, and PG back to defend. No try. Ability 360 was not able to gain possession of the ball before crossing the line. That's not going to result in a successful try for Ability 360. That's a turnover in favor of Michigan. Michigan is going to get the opportunity to strike back and potentially tie up this match. And it looks like Chuck will be able to accomplish just that with 1:20 remaining in the third quarter. We now have a tie game, 30-30. It's been a match like that all day long, back and forth between these two teams. Neither one willing to give up. Paul Sullivan committing an defensive foul there, getting a little bit too aggressive and excited at the presentation of the ball. That will earn him some time in the penalty box to think about his sins. Penalty by Paul Sullivan will give Ability 360 a one-player advantage with 1:16 remaining. Scores tied up at 30-30. remaining in the third. that try by Ability 360, Sullivan is back in the match. 50.7 seconds left in the third. 360 up by 1. Sullivan to Chuck back to Sullivan on the inbound. Sullivan's going to have a lot of room to work, but he's got to hustle. He's got a 360 player right on his tail. And Sullivan is able to muster up just enough speed to be able to make it end-to-end on that try, redeeming himself after that time in the box. Bench timeout being called by 360. 39.7 seconds remaining in the third. We have a tie match of 31-31 following Sullivan's try after his end-to-end possession there. We want to thank everybody tuning in live here in Phoenix, Arizona. Wheelchair rugby between University of Michigan and Ability 360 Heat as these two Division I Titans battle it out all weekend in preparation for U.S. Wheelchair Rugby National Championships taking place in Tampa, Florida next month in May. Well, a little over a month away. Michigan battling hard all weekend against Ability 360. That's been the theme all season between these two teams, both ranked in the top 5 in Division I in the country. On the floor right now for Michigan to wrap up the third quarter of play, it's going to be number 7, Paul Sullivan, 13, Paul Garrett, number 9, Adam Kavanaugh, number 5, Chuck Aoki. Currently tied 31-31, 39.7 seconds left. Error by Ability 360, inability to connect with anyone on their team within 10 seconds of the inbounds play. That's going to result in a turnover. And the advantage has gone in favor of Michigan here to wrap up the third quarter of play. With 39.7 seconds left, Michigan can effectively eat up the rest of the clock here with the possession clock being out of play. Very advantageous situation to be in. Ability to go up by a 1-point differential to close out the third and start the fourth. Chuck Aoki will do his best to manage the clock while still managing to get in for a score. A lot of work cut out for us here still, as 23 seconds remain on the game clock. "15 seconds remain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and Chuck is in position to score. He does, and Michigan will take the lead again, 32-31, 5.9 seconds left. Interrupted by Michigan. We'll close out the third quarter of play, taking a lead of 1, 32-31. 2-minute intermission here as we prepare for the fourth quarter of play. University of Michigan, multiple times this match, erasing deficits of 2, 3, even 4. Now effectively in the lead by 1 to start the fourth. Admirable effort by our University of Michigan Wolverines. After a long weekend of wheelchair rugby, we've got 8 more miles to go here in the fourth. Looking to secure a victory before we take off back to Detroit, Michigan. Thank you everybody for tuning in this weekend and supporting our wheelchair rugby team. Our hearts go out to all the fans and supporters, students and staff and community members and all friends and family that are watching us here this weekend. We feel the support and we thank you all for everything that you do to help our team succeed. As this wheelchair rugby weekend comes to a close, this is not the end of the season for wheelchair rugby. They have national championships coming up at the beginning of May in Tampa, Florida. a lot of work to be done to make final preparations and final adjustments to get ready for the national tournament. This is also not the last weekend of competition by any stretch for any of our adaptive sports teams, as we're still in the thick of it for all of our competitive teams for wheelchair basketball and tennis and track and field and rugby, with a adaptive track and field meet coming up very soon in the future. Back here in Arizona, actually, will serve as a qualifying meet for wheelchair track for NCAA Outdoor National Championships that'll take place in Eugene, Oregon at the historic Hayward Field. Maria Valle looking to reclaim her title as champion of Michigan and qualify for the NCAA championship. She qualified last year at the inaugural inclusion of wheelchair track at the NCAA Outdoor National Championships, taking home a 7th place victory as a top athlete in the country in wheelchair track amongst women in the 100-meter race. Maria Valle will be looking to defend that title and reclaim her position and opportunity to race at the national championships in Eugene. Wheelchair tennis team also getting ready for their national championships. Team national championships will be taking place in a few weeks' time in Orlando, Florida at Lake Nona at the USTA National Campus. University of Michigan being led by star student athlete Caden Baxter. Caden Baxter finishing 2nd place in the country at ITA singles this past fall. But now back to the action here in Phoenix. 4th quarter action, 7:30 remaining on the clock, 31-32. Michigan currently leads by 1. 360 in for the score, makes it a tie game of 32-32. Remaining in the 4th. Michigan by 1, 33-32. Aoki there, unable to interrupt the pass. Ability 360 is going to get through for a clean try. 7:01 remaining, 7 minutes remaining, 33-33. Garrett to inbound. Aoki to receive. Aoki with the awkward pass makes it work. Sullivan there to make the reception. Will go in to score. On the floor for University of Michigan here in the 4th quarter of play. Number 7, Paul Sullivan. Number 13, Paul Garrett. Number 5, Chuck Aoki. And number 9, Adam Kavanaugh. Illegal push committed by Ability 360's player number 3. That's going to result in a turnover in favor of Michigan, who's currently up 34-33. It would be very opportune for them to take advantage of this possession change and take a 2-point lead. Aoki with a significant solo effort there to find an opening. He will then make his way down the court and score, extending the lead by 1. So now we're up by 2, 35-33. 35-34 for Michigan. Paul Garrett inbounds to Sullivan. Sullivan being chased by number 3 from Ability 360. Paul Garrett will clear some space for him. Inbounds play for number 3. Heavy pressure. Adam is able to disrupt the play, but not enough to force a turnover. PG and Adam right there to apply a lot of defensive pressure, but no turnover. That'll be 36-35 in favor of Michigan, 5:13 remaining in the fourth. Garrett to inbound, does so to Sullivan. Adam Kavanaugh doing the lion's share of the work there to clear a wide open path for Sullivan. And that's going to be a timeout called by Ability 360. And we're going to see some substitutions here from the University of Michigan following the timeout. .5:03 remaining in the fourth quarter, 37-35 right now for Michigan. Ball will be in possession of Ability 360 following the timeout. We've seen a ton of different flavor combinations in lineups here, represented by University of Michigan in this final game. Fun to see all of our players get some important action out on the court, meaningful minutes. With the lineup change, we have number 11, Dave Mengen, 7, Paul Sullivan, 15, Ryan Elliott, and number 25, Jason Sandor. Jason able to rush down the court to reestablish defensive position. Mengen to Sullivan. Sullivan a little bit interrupted there. Heavy contact. Mengen. A little bit of chaos there for University of Michigan as they struggle to advance over their own half. Ability 360 will regain control, and that's going to make it a tie game, 37-all. Following the turnover by Michigan is now tie game again, 4:22 remaining, 37-all. This one is definitely going to come down to the final seconds of play. Sandor working with Brian to move up the court. Finds an open Mengen. Dave with the ball. Reconnects with Sandor. Sandor looking for some open space. Is able to do so. The score making it 38-37. .360 connects on the inbounds play, and they're going to have plenty of room to work with as they go in for a score. That'll make it 38-all. Bench timeout being called by University of Michigan with 3:47 to go, 38-38.
Baby, timeout.
We'll have a brief intermission here with the bench timeout. 60 seconds of pause as Michigan looks to regroup here. It's been a game that's back and forth. Multiple momentum shifts and swings all throughout the game. Both teams being able to find ways to disrupt and impede the other's path. We've seen clutch and important turnovers forced by either team that have resulted in score differential swings. But ultimately, we're back to where we started, tie game. Another lineup change performed by Michigan is going to bring out 33 Okunlami onto the court. as well as number 5, Aoki, to accompany number 15, Elliott, number 13, Garrett to inbound, looking for someone, finds Chuck. Aoki bringing up the court. He's going to have an opportunity to work with Okunlami and Garrett. Easy score. We'll make it 39-38. Okay, thank you. 39-38 in favor of Michigan. 3:30 to play. Beautiful pass made by Ability 360. That's going to tie it up 39-39. 3:20 to play. Garrett to inbound. Garrett to inbound. Looking for someone. Looking for a Wolverine. Finds Aoki. Aoki maneuvering his way through the back court. And thanks to Paul Garrett, finds an opening. Paul Garrett making an important play in the mid-court to give Chuck his final opening to advance the ball. Chuck with a big stop at half court. Chuck with a big block at half court to interrupt the pass. Was hopefully looking for a turnover. Was not able to regain possession of the ball. Violation committed by Okunlami. He's off into the penalty box. That's going to give Ability 360 a player advantage here. At a crucial point in the game, 2:57 to play, Michigan up by 1. Okunlami off to the side there. We'll have to sit off for a possession. Okunlami back on the baseline to inbound for Michigan. Aoki with the ball now. Under heavy pressure, finds an open Okunlami. Okunlami's going to get it over half and dribble. He does. Paul Garrett with the big mid-court interruption there creates a final opening that Okunlami needed to score. Makes it 41-40. A little bit of panic in the backcourt there, but Michigan able to make it work. We have now 2 minutes remaining. 2 minutes remaining. 41-41 here in the fourth. Jump ball is going to be in favor of Ability 360. If that comes into play. Turnover committed by Michigan while breaking out. That's going to give Ability 360 a 1-point lead. Costly turnover here late in the game. We'll try that again. Garrett to Okunlami on the inbound, down by 1. Okunlami will connect with Aoki. Aoki across the line. 42-42, 1:35 to play. Ability 360 up by 1, 43-42. Aoki, looking for someone to pass to. Fires a pass that goes into the back of a 360 player. That's going to be a turnover. That's going to give 360 an advantage of 2 points heading into the final minute of play. Inbound goes to Aoki, down by 2. Less than a minute to play. Aoki's going to burn up the court to utilize as little of the time as possible to give them an opportunity to get back into this game. 44-43 now is the score. Michigan down by 1. Possession in favor of Ability 360. Chuck comes flying in with a heavy hit, trying to disrupt the play. Unable to do so, Ability 360 will advance the ball and get in for a score. 36 remaining. Ability 360 up by 2. Garrett on the inbound to Okunlami. Okunlami looking for someone. Timeout called by Michigan. 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Michigan down by 2. They need to make something happen here. Okunlami receives the inbound. He's going to burn up the side of the court. He needs to get in quickly for a score. He does. Demonstrates his speed and quickness. 21.3, 45-44. Michigan down by 1. 21.3 seconds remaining in play. Michigan needs to force a turnover to erase that 1 point differential, as Ability 360 is still in possession of the ball. Inbound play is good. In for the score, 46-44, 17.5 seconds to play. Inbounds to Chuck. Chuck to Garrett. Garrett and Okunlami moving down the court. Garrett back to Aoki. Aoki back to Garrett. Garrett with an incredible catch. Scores. Incredible play back and forth between Garrett and Aoki. Fantastic performance there. Unfortunately, not enough, but it was an incredible game to watch. 46-45 in favor of the Ability 360 Heat. A tremendous effort by our Michigan Wolverines after an incredibly long weekend of wheelchair rugby. 5-game series between Michigan and Ability 360. We want to thank everybody that tuned in to watch and give their support for our Michigan Wolverines. It was a phenomenal weekend, and we're appreciative of our hosts, Ability 360, here in Phoenix, Arizona. Thankful for the competition, thankful for the games, thankful for the opportunity. Thank you all for tuning in. Go Blue.